Okay, you can see we are here on the enhanced ladder. I'm going to be using a stake of £500 and we're going to see if we can catch a bit of movement. I've put a speculative order in the market further down here. I'm not really expecting that to get filled, and most of the activity you can see is taking place well above this in the market, so I'm not really expecting this to get filled, but if it does, it'll be a bonus. But I think only a fluke would get that filled at the moment. Our main focus is going to be up here, and all that we're looking to do is to you can see the prices sort of gone out here, come in. It's pretty flat. It's not a spectacularly volatile market, but we'll see if we can get a little bit of money out of this. There's a fair bit of money on either side here. Looks like it's beginning to shorten out on one side as opposed to the other. So with £500 we can actually give this bit of a nudge if we get into the market at the right sort of time. £600 left. That's moved up. There's only £500 left there, so we'll take our order there, put that in the market, see if the price will start to respond to that. Taking a bit of time to fill, and we're almost filled. There we go. So you can see immediately on the left here, you can see how much potential profit or loss we have. You can see we've got the order in there, which is giving us a £1,200 liability. But of course what we're doing is hopefully going to trade that out for a profit at some point. So you can see the price has begun to move in our favour. Weighted money shifted nicely in our direction, and that's helped push the price out. I've right clicked here at 3.4 because doing this will give us a stop loss, and you can see I've set the stop loss at 0. So we've got a lot of upside potential here, but we've limited our downside potential to 0, and we're really waiting here to see if we can just get a more significant move than the one that we've got at the moment. Because we chose our entry point reasonably well, what we're doing here is saying, well, you know, if the price starts to really begin to move, you can see I'm getting a bit nervous here, and therefore I perhaps would prefer to exit with some profit rather than none at all. So I've got the stop loss below me, but I've got my mouse positioned over the current price just in case the price starts to come down. I'd rather walk away with a bit of money here than none at all. So that's why I've got the mouse pointed here, just to make sure I can exit with £21.33 across the card rather than letting it drop towards the stop loss. But when that position's not in danger, we're just going to let it run and see if we can catch a bigger drift, although the market's pretty much moving sideways at the moment. It's got no significant momentum within it, but we know that our position is reasonably safe, and therefore we're not too worried about that. You can see here that we had a nice little move initially and that sort of died out, but in order to get the maximum upside on here, we're going to let the position run, see if we can get more profit out of it, and we've got the stop loss in there just in case the position starts to move against us. Now there's this saying in the stock market that you should let your profits run and cut your losses, and that's effectively what we're doing here. Apart from on this occasion, because we've timed our entry reasonably well, we're not going to take a loss on this, so we're just trying to maximize the upside if we can. And it's really just a case of seeing, if the market starts to begin to move against us, we may change our mind. But at the moment the market's bumping along sideways, hopefully with a bit of an upward bias, and we can get the full extent of that move if we just leave the order in there and wait and see if that begins to mature. It's actually quite a quiet market. You can tell that by a number of ways. The amount of money being matched at this price, you can see on the far right hand side here, is in a fairly narrow range. I mean, we're talking about 14,000's been matched or more between each price between 3.5 and 3.7. It really needs to see more matched above that level to continue to push the price out. And looking at the graph here, you can see it's pretty much flatlined. The two bands either side of the current price show you the current volatility, and ideally what you're looking for is a breakout from that volatility. If the breakout occurs in either direction, we could see a significant move. You can see we're pretty much at the off now, so the timing at this point narrows itself down to when the race is about to get started. You can see a lot of money's been matched at 3.6 here and 365. So there's a little bit of upward pressure here. When it flashes green, it indicates that it's being matched at a higher price than it currently is. When it's yellow, it's the same, and red is below. So you can see the upward pressure here. There's now 20,000 matched at 3.65. So as we're approaching the off, there's a little bit more pressure going on this. A bit more money coming through the market as well. You can see just over 1,000 on each side. It's evaporating at 3.7. So I've just got to keep an eye here on my exact entry point because it's boiled down to when they actually get the last horse loaded. So you can see there's a bit more money being attracted at higher prices here. It seems to be net layers in the market at the moment, but we're so close to the off now that I need to keep a real eye on the exact moment to get out. But you can see here we've got £2 on one side, £13 on the other. That's going to almost certainly move up. But you can see it was only a very small move on relatively light volume, and the price has come back again. So doesn't seem to be, the market's getting a little bit more erratic here. We may as well take a reasonable total and be done with it. I'm just hanging on here right until the last second to exit. So we've got our exit order in at 3.8. We are 3.8 at the moment. Anybody wants to take any money from that, it will fill our order. And there you go. £52 fully greened up, £200 trade. And if I flick to the one click screen in a second, there you go, there's confirmation of what the trade was. Then you'll see we've got a completely green card on this race, and they're off.